everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to do a little hands-on history project. This one is from World History 2. I have Oliver here with me. Ollie is my youngest, and he's going to help us World History 2. These project kits are great. Hands-on history project kits are great. They come in a box like this, and everything is sort of pre-packaged and broken out by what project you're working on. We are working on the Signet Ring today. We're going to learn a little bit about its history, and we're going to sorry, I lost my place. There it is. There it is. So we're going to learn a little bit about the Signet Ring. We're going to learn about its history, how it was used, and we're going to make our own. For this particular project, the materials we provide at Sonlight are clay and a toothpick. So if you have clay and a toothpick, you can join us in this one. And then you will need white scratch paper, which we have here, a baking sheet, which is also in front of us, parchment paper or foil, our oven I'm not going to show you, and a ruler. So, do you want to get started? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and open it up. So let's talk a little bit about what the Signet Ring is. And there's an explanation here that we're just going to talk through as we start to learn. So to prepare your work surface, that's okay. Prepare your work surface. You're going to need this white piece of paper, and that's where you're going to work. Okay, Ollie Bing?
Okay.
All right. So it says remove half the clay and set it aside. So you're going to want to break it in half over your paper and set one piece over here, and then you're going to want to work with the other piece. You may need to work with the clay in your hands for a minute. The warmth of your hands will transfer to the clay, and it will make it easier to work with. So roll it around in your hands a little bit. That's okay. Roll it around in your hands a little bit. Watch. If you roll it, it makes it warm. Your hands make it warm. And then it should work. Yeah, there you go. Okay. We did one, we did the other. So we're going to divide both and sort of make them pliable. It says, children, take one of your smaller clay pieces and roll it into a snake approximately 3 inches long. So go ahead and roll that. You can just roll it like this. Nope. You need a little longer, so roll it and make it even too. That's going to be the part that goes around your finger. We're making a ring. So let's talk a little bit about what the Signet Ring is. Throughout history, people have used many tools and devices to authenticate important documents. Today, adults might be asked to sign something or to show their identification card. It's okay, roll it on out. We can take some of it out too, buddy. Like if it's gets a little long, just make sure it's even. You might be asked to show your driver's license or sign something.
Oh, no.
But in medieval times, prominent people had signet rings to sign letters and legal paper. So that's what we're going to create. Here, you can take this toothpick and cut it right there. The rings were unique to that person and often carried a specific symbol, like a family crest. What do you think the Rose family crest should be? A rose? Do you think you can draw a rose?
No.
You can put this one right here like this. Okay. So, it needs to probably be just a little bit more even. Let's just roll this out just a little more. See how that one gap right there? Because we're gonna bake this, and we're gonna want it to be pretty sturdy. So
It's too long.
I know. Here, let's roll it in half, and it's okay. And then just roll it. There we go. Now get it 3. Just needs to be rolled. There we go. How's it looking now?
Pretty good.
Looking pretty good. All right.
3 inches?
Yeah, it's a little longer than that. You can cut off the ends.
I'm gonna put it at exactly 30.
Okay.
Can you read?
Okay. Signet rings were pressed into soft wax or clay to leave an impression. This impression validated that the person who signed was really who he said he was. And it tried to prevent forgery. Do you know what forgery is?
No.
It means when someone signs something under someone else's name. So like if I signed Ollie Rose, I'm not Ollie Rose. That's forgery. I would need to write my name. Today you'll make your own signet ring out of clay. Remember, if you plan on using letters to mark your signet ring, they'll need to be backwards so the impression can be read correctly. So if we decide to do a rose, an R, we will have to write it backwards. Anyway, do you have any questions?
No.
Do you understand what it is? It's gonna be your signature. Okay,
I love it.
so now you're gonna form a circle with the clay to fit around your finger. So you want to wear it. Which finger are you gonna wear it on? That one. Okay. Here, do you want me to help you?
Yeah.
Put your finger out there.
Is this it?
I mean, we can just do the pointer. It'll fit on all of them. And then we're gonna wrap it around, just like that.
Hey, it fits.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't fit.
So I'm just connecting this as much as possible for Ollie.
Making.
And then you can take the other small piece of clay and create a flat disc. So that flat disc, flat disc circle is gonna go right on top of this particular ring. And that's where we're gonna put
I
our
feel like the flat
symbol.
disc is kind of too big.
You could probably make it a little thicker. Let me see. Yeah, that might be a little too big. You, okay, you have a perfect idea. You do it. It says that it should be about 1 inch wide and 1/3 inch tall. Oh, that didn't work out so hot, did it? That's okay. Just do it again. Make it pliable. This is what you're gonna need for. And then, so you're gonna make it 1 inch wide. So it's gonna wanna be around this wide. So you were right but then it needs to be a little thicker, 1/3. So maybe don't flatten it out. This is great, what you're doing there.
Yeah, but then I'm not gonna make something out of it.
Here, let's make it a ball and see if that helps. If we make it like just a good ball. And then we should be able to flatten it just a bit with the ruler. Our ruler has holes in it, so I'm trying to avoid. Oh yeah, that was a good job.
Yeah, I'll go get a knife so we can cut off.
I don't think we need to. And we need to just flatten it just a little more. There. There. What do you think?
Good.
That's good.
Fuck.
So this is what it ends up looking like after we flattened it with our ruler. So we rolled it into a ball and flattened it with our ruler.
Make the letter.
And then I measured it. And this particular one is just a little bit more than 1 inch. And it's about 1/4. So I think it'll be okay. All right. So you can make, let's talk about the design. It says using your toothpick, which we've used in other ways since we've gotten this. We used it as a cutter. We used it as a little thingy to connect the pieces around the ring. Create a design on the disc. This will be the imprint your ring leaves in the soft clay. Be sure to go over your etching a few times with the toothpick to make it deep enough that the imprint will be clear. Remember, if you plan on using letters to mark your signet ring, they'll need to be backwards so the impression can be read correctly. All right, what do you think you're gonna do?
An R.
You're gonna do an R?
Or smiley face.
You're gonna do either one, whatever you want.
Smiley
You're gonna do a smiley face, okay. And there is, in the book, there is all the letters and numbers sort of backwards so your kids can make sure that they modify their alphabet or number by just looking.
Yeah, looks kind of good.
All right, it says that you need to that looks good. I think we just need to make it a little bigger. Just make it a little bit bigger. And you can set the extra just right over there. You might have extra as you peel out different pieces. And then the next step after this is going to be combining the two ring parts. Gently place your clay disc on top of your ring and press them together. Make sure the disc bonds to your ring. So I'm going to use the toothpick to do that when I do it, and I'm just going to help Ollie a little bit and connect it.
I'm trying to cover my mouth so I can make a new one.
Okay. Moms, if you want, while your child is doing this, if you want to preheat the oven to 275. Oh, we got to connect them, remember? So I'm going to help Ollie do this. And I am just sort of pressing the edge of the ring down onto the clay. So when it bakes, I want to make sure it connects, it bonds together. Do you want to make sure that ring still fits you before we bake it, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
It does.
it does. But I can see I'm going to need to bond it just a little bit better. Okay. I'm just sort of pulling that clay all the way down to help bond the two together. And then Ollie's smiley face looks like that. Right. So now we're gonna bake it at 2. I'm gonna set it on, actually, let's set it, it says preheat the oven, place your signet ring on a piece of parchment or aluminum foil on a baking sheet and bake for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Cool the ring on the baking sheet in a safe place. And then we'll be right back. Okay, we pulled it out of the oven and Ollie's gonna put it on and show you. So Ollie chose to make his signet ring symbol a smiley face. You can either set aside a portion of this clay to practice or play with. We did not, so we have an extra piece of clay here. And Ollie's gonna press his signet ring with put it on your finger. The other thing we noticed is the ring got a little smaller, so maybe make the circle a little bit bigger than your child's finger. Oh, there's your signet ring. Show them. There you go. So Ollie did a smiley face, and there's the signet ring. It doesn't quite fit his finger. It got a little small, so make it a little bit bigger than the actual finger. Thanks, Ollie, for helping me today.